What's up, guys? I'm back again with another video, and this time I'll be presenting my first place gadget profile from an online tournament. So yeah, this is pretty much what I did. It's just a modified list from the last one, just with like a couple of touch-ups. Shoutouts to Sean Killian for kind of pretty much just carrying this and just actually pretty much making it himself. I did help out a little bit with the needle sealing tech at the very least. But shouts to him because he did a lot of work with this, so we're able to figure out some stuff. So yeah. So running 9 gadgets, I feel like you should always run 9 gadgets, just because you always want to see a starter in this deck, and when you don't, you really want to find one off the top. Yeah, and then Machina's pretty good. Oh yeah, also another purpose of running 9 gadgets is that you can use them for your discard outlets and have a bunch of machines for Fortress, which I think is super important. And so your Scrap Recycle is also alive a lot. And Recycle is also just really good in this deck, that's why it's up to 2. And in the future could potentially be at 3. But if you don't see a gadget with this card, it is kind of mediocre. And it also works with Solidarity because it instantly gets it live. And then we got Limiter as well. This card is busted. This should be in every machine deck ever, or at least with machine as essential focus. Like in Machina Control, I feel like you could play it in, it would be strong. Just because it's so simple. Just having Gear Frame Machine Limiter can just be game. Even though your opponent needs to have an open field and not have any way to interact with it. Just being able to play to actually be able to OTK the opponent that way, it still feels quite strong. And then we have 2 Vortex. This card is pretty good against Frogs, which I did lose to, so I definitely wanted stuff for that this time around. It's also just a solid card. It's at least usable into other matchups, and still can be pretty strong in them, like against Amaryllis. Still 3 Smashing, and then we're running 12 Traps, and Heavy Space down here for some reason. Back row lineup is pretty normal. Running Solemn because Solemn is broken. Raigeki breaks over Wing Blast, just because it's better. This deck, it doesn't struggle to get over Monarchs, but you don't really want to Wing Blast them back, so just playing Raigeki break to permanently get rid of those kind of threats is useful. And then we have Dust Tornado, which is just another decent main deck trap, and it also just helps with the siding patterns. And then for the side, 3 Soul Taker. This is just extra monster removal, and it also can make Duprog miss timing, which is also quite important. Even though Duprog pluses aren't that important, it's still useful to feel the Raigeki breaks, and Swap Frog is still a pretty good card. Needle Sealing, busted against Frogs. They already have a hard time with Torrential. And it's really good in this deck too, since you don't care about popping gadgets, and you can always Gear Frame protect the Fortress if you have that on field. Transmigration, I put this in against Frogs once, and then I just thought it was really bad, so I took it out. It's still a decent card against the Frog builds I was playing against. So far I've only seen the Fishborg version, and then the guy I keep playing against in the finals is also on offering too. If you watch the tournament run I posted, which I'm gonna have in the cards and the description, literally everywhere. Check out that video. I really enjoyed how I played in that one, at least for the most part. I didn't make too many major mistakes. At the beginning, I guess I did, but not really much else besides that. And I guess against the first time I run into the Fog guy. And then we have 2 Road. Road is pretty good into Black Wings and Light Sworn. So that's why it's here. It's one of our few ways to actually deal with deck dev if the opponent has it and we haven't out. And I did have a time where I actually did have this, but I only have 1 gadget on field. Since you're usually not going to get too many on the field against something like Blackwing, where they're usually just going to be trying to attack over your monsters. Unless they run out of monsters themselves. So yeah, but its main purpose is dealing with Icarus. If they draw deck dev, they draw deck dev. It's not like Blackwing is super popular at this locals, and at the same time they're not main decking 3, so it's not that necessary to out it. At worst, they're main decking 1. And then 3 Doomcowl. Doomcowl is pretty good at dealing with recruiters. It can trade well into Blackwing just if they don't really have any way to stop it with their back row. since you can like beat over Ashura, and then you can prevent their Blizzard from being able to be useful unless they have like War One Chain Block it. And then 2 Oppression. This card is just busted. Floodgate's so many decks out of the format, it's actually kind of crazy. Since like Black Wings and like stuff like that, stuff with like Rykos, it can be like kind of mid against. So yeah, that's why it's inside. And then 1 Wing Blast. If like you have like some bad cards in a matchup, you can just like side this 1 extra card in. It is not the 3rd break, but sometimes Wing Blast is better, so you could also put it in for that reason. So yeah, that's it for the deck profile. Just check out the tournament run. I recommend that. I really enjoyed that. I think it was sick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. Bye.